Hi, my name is Aaron Young. I'm the Chairman CEO of Laughlin Associates, where for almost 50 years we've been helping hundreds of thousands of business owners form their business entities and keep those entities compliant, keep their businesses and their personal assets safe. Now, these days, limited liability companies probably make up 80% of all the entities that are formed. And LLCs are a phenomenally flexible and useful tool in your business exercises, but there's some mistakes that almost everybody makes, and we want to help you avoid. So here they are in no particular order of importance. Okay, the first one is that when you're forming an LLC, you're forming a business, and you want to make sure that that business is going to protect you, going to protect your privacy, going to protect your assets that you're building. So the very first mistake that most people make when they form an LLC is they decide to be their own resident agent. So number one, your own resident agent. What does that mean? Well, every state requires by law that your business needs to be open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, to receive what's called service of process. In other words, where does the sheriff bring the lawsuit? You're required by law to be open, and yet most small businesses, the owners are very busy. They're out and about in the community, they're doing work, they're trying to fulfill on whatever they've sold. They're not necessarily sitting around waiting 8 to 5 Monday through Friday to receive service of process. Also, many LLCs are run from someone's home. So the question is, do you really want a sheriff or a service processor to be knocking on your door at all hours of the day and night trying to deliver a lawsuit? I know everybody thinks they're never going to be sued, but one-member LLCs are quite often sued. So you want to make sure that you know that the person who receives the lawsuit, if it unfortunately ever comes, they know what to do with it. They're open during business hours as required by law, and they can deal with it. So we recommend that you use a professional resident agent. The resident agent does this for thousands or tens of thousands of companies. They're open Monday through Friday, and it's very inexpensive, usually less than $200 per year to have somebody take care of something in that most critical time. So that's one. Number two, lots of people go online to a digital incorporator or they go directly to the Secretary of State and they form the LLC, they pay the fee to the state, and that's all they do. They don't ever do anything beyond that. Well, in order to be an actual business and to be acknowledged, if you were getting a contract, raising money, opening a bank account, even if it was a bad thing like an audit or a lawsuit or even a bankruptcy, if you want the full protection of that LLC, there must be an operating agreement. The operating agreement says, hey, we formed a business and we set up some rules around how we're going to operate and what we're going to do and how we're going to engage with the world. Without the operating agreement, it's like you paid a ticket, you bought a ticket, but you never really actually went to the event. You spent the money, but you didn't get what you paid for. And so it's critically important. Number two is to have an operating agreement for your business. Okay, super important. The third thing is that you really want to understand how you want to be taxed, because if you don't figure out where this company is going and how it's going to operate, the IRS will decide for you how the business is going to be taxed. And if you have a 2-member LLC or more members, there are actually 4 different ways that you can be taxed. And if we think of Stephen Covey, who said, begin with the end in mind, if you know where you're going with the business, how many owners are going to be, are you bringing in investors, and so on, you can set up the right designation with the Internal Revenue Service so you get the very best tax treatment possible. There are a number of things with a limited liability company that can be a huge benefit for you, for your business activities, to protect you and keep you safe. But if you miss out on the basics, then you really are not getting any value from that LLC. Here's the fourth one, the bonus. The fourth one is, in order to act like a real business, to really have a legitimate LLC, The government requires, both state and federal governments require, that you are holding regular board meetings, keeping minutes of those meetings, passing resolutions for decisions you make, issuing membership certificates, which are like stock. Those things must be done in order for that LLC to be acknowledged as a legitimate LLC. If you're not doing those things, you need to get those things done. Here at Lawful & Associates, we've been doing this for almost 50 years for hundreds of thousands of companies. If you have questions about any of these things, if you want to make sure you're doing the right thing for where you're going with this business, you can give us a call at 1-800-648-0966 and talk to a representative. You can go to Laughlin USA and do all your research there. We look forward to helping you. And if you like this video, if you like this content, and we have tons of it, then go ahead and subscribe here and don't miss another video from us here at Laughlin. Good luck and go out there and make it a great day.